Hey, what is going on, guys? In this video today, we're going to be going over the 5 best high ground retakes in Fortnite for console and controller players. So I've made about 4 different high ground retakes videos throughout my time on YouTube, and in total I've probably shown off about 20 to 25 different ones, and I think all the ones I've showed were very viable with a unique set of positives and negatives. However, I'd be the first person to tell you that you definitely don't need to know anywhere near 20 different retakes. All high ground retake videos are valuable because they show you a bunch of different options, but then it's up to you to pick your 3 to 5 favorite ones, learn them, and then actually use them in real game scenarios. However, in this video, I'm going to be showcasing my favorite 5 out of all the ones I've ever used or showed off in videos. They may not be the best for everybody, but they're all relatively simple, super easy to do consistently, and most of them aren't too heavy on materials either. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, so the first high ground retake I want to show in this video is my personal favorite high ground retake in the entire game, and that's the simple Flightful cone spam. It isn't super heavy on mats, there are no edits involved whatsoever, and it's actually one of the easier high ground retakes to learn and do consistently. Not even kidding, a couple of months ago my friends asked me for the best retake, and this is what I told them, and these guys are like 0.7 KD Xbox players who barely play the game, but once I showed them how to do it, they hopped into creative, practiced for like 20 to 30 minutes, and now they can do the retake pretty much flawlessly. So the way to do the Flightful cone spam is actually fairly simple, but I'd really pay attention to the clip since it's kinda hard to describe with just words. Basically, you want to place a ramp in front of you and begin to sprint up it, then while sprinting, connect a wall to the front of the ramp and also to the left side of it. Then place a wall on top of the left side wall you just placed, and also connect a wall to the left side of that. Finally, place a cone on top of the 2 side walls that you just placed. That basically completes one full Flightful cone, and then you can just repeat that process over and over again until you have high ground over your opponent. The Flightful cone protects you from behind, from your left side, and also from above you, so despite it actually being really simple, it definitely protects you more than even some of the super advanced retakes. You should be turbo building the entire time while doing this, and like I said earlier, even though it may take a little bit of practice to learn, once you get the rhythm down, it's surprisingly easy to do consistently. The next retake that I think is the perfect combination of simplicity and effectiveness are fake cone 90s. I would say that this is probably the easiest retake to do in the entire video, but as you're gonna see, they're all pretty simple, honestly. So retaking high ground with fake cone 90s is really as easy as this. You want to start off by cranking 90s just like how you normally would. Then every 2 to 3 90s you do, you want to look towards one of your side walls and place a ramp on top of it. Finally, connect a cone to the top part of the ramp that you just placed. From there, you just want to repeat that process over and over again until you've successfully retaken high ground. Although it might seem very simple, there are 2 main reasons why fake cone 90s work so effectively. First, whenever you build that ramp and cone combination towards the side, it makes your opponent think that you're about to start ramping in that direction, and that you're going to edit through the cone to keep going up. Since that's such a common play that people make, most players will momentarily stop their building to pre-aim that ramp and cone. However, since it was all a fake, you're still going to be going straight up, and that little half second of hesitation by the enemy should be all the time you need to get high ground. Second, if the enemy tries to ramp over you to block 90s, which again is a very common play, the ramp and cone may actually block them from being able to continue their building. So then they need to stop for a second and change direction, and again, at that point, the high ground would be as good as yours as long as you just don't totally choke your 90s. Moving on to our next retake, we have what I like to call the protected scissor ramp 180. You start off by doing a regular scissor ramp, which means you place ramps above and below you. Then, once you've ramped up 2 to 3 times, you want to look almost straight up, place 2 cones above yourself like in this clip. Then you want to turn around, connect a wall to the ramp above your head that you're now facing, connect another wall to the side of that, jump towards it, place a ramp to catch yourself, and then just continue ramping up in that same direction. So much like with the fake cone 90s, this way of retaking high ground really fools your opponent if done correctly. Let's say an enemy's directly above you and he just keeps ramping forward to stay on top of you. If you just totally out of the blue do this retake, you can easily ramp right past him before he even realizes what just happened. And the two cones that you place above your head right before turning makes it so that you're totally protected from your top the entire time. And just like with any other retake, you're not just limited to ramping forwards. Once you complete the 180-degree turn, you can start cranking 90s or using any other retake technique to establish high ground if you don't already have it. Retake number 4 is known as the regular cone turn. You're going to start by scissor ramping up just like with the last one, and then as you reach the top of your ramp, you want to place a cone above the ramp over your head. Then you look down, turn to either the left or right side, and place a floor above the ramp you're standing on. From there, you're now good to continue scissor ramping in that direction. So since this one is pretty simple, it's really easy to chain 3 or 4 of these in a row, and the constant change of direction will be really hard for an enemy on high ground to follow. The other important positive of this retake is that you aren't just restricted to going in one direction. Once you place that cone above the ramp on top of you, it's pretty much equally as easy to ramp up towards either the left or right side. So if you constantly alternate scissor ramping in each direction, it's going to make you even harder to track, which is really important when doing retakes. And of course, much like with most good retakes, since you place that cone above your top ramp, it gives you a good amount of protection from anyone shooting down on you from high ground as well. The final retake that I use a lot is the elevated side jump retake. This technique allows you to again quickly change direction while also utilizing a cone to protect yourself from anybody shooting down on you from high ground. So first you want to place a ramp and then begin to sprint up it. Then as soon as you're about halfway up that ramp, place a cone connected to the top of it. As soon as you do that, jump to the side of the cone with your body still facing forward. Then while in midair, look straight down and place a floor plus ramp to catch yourself. The last step there is absolutely crucial, and if you don't get that technique down, you're going to mess up a lot and probably end up falling to the ground. It's also important that you don't hit your head on the cone as you're doing the sideways jump, because that'll obviously ruin all your forward momentum. So the elevated side jump is awesome and a really commonly used technique, because by side jumping you prevent the enemy from being able to block you off, but you're continuing to go up the entire time. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you watched the entire thing, be sure to let me know with a comment down in the comment section below. On a scale of 0 to 10, how good are you at using high ground retakes in Fortnite? Be sure to leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications, do whatever the heck you want, and I will catch you guys next time.